To honor Pilates is to honor the legacy of Pilates. Joseph Pilates was born in Düsseldorf, Germany in 1880. His challenges as a child and his drive to overcome physical restrictions laid the foundation of what was to become his life's work. He studied Eastern and Western forms of exercise and philosophies, and was most influenced by ancient Greek and Roman regimens. He had a fascination for all forms of wrestling, boxing, gymnastics, and acrobatics, which can be witnessed in some early material. As the political climate began to change in Germany, Joseph Pilates decided to head for the United States of America, by some accounts at the invitation of the manager of Max Schmeling, a world title-holding boxer. On the way over, he met Clara, who became his wife and co-worker. Joseph was an innovator and called by George Balanchine, the great choreographer, the genius of the body. Clara was a gifted teacher, always compassionate and by some accounts a better teacher than Joe. They set up the first Pilates studio in New York City in 1926. Although it was frequented by a very eclectic group of people, it was particularly the dance community that recognized the value in Joseph Pilates' work, garnering the support of such luminaries as Martha Graham and the father of American modern dance, Ted Shawn. Joseph Pilates' connection with the world of dance may have started early in his life in Europe by meeting Rudolf van Laban, renowned for his movement notation, and continued throughout his career in the United States of America. Well-known dancers such as Hania Holm incorporated Pilates into their technique. All the first-generation teachers of Pilates, several of whom I had the privilege of meeting and studying with, were dancers following on from a long line of dance innovators. Joseph's early work with dancers included regular visits to the famous Jacob's Pillow gatherings in upstate New York, and rehabilitation of dancers who later went on to become devotees and great teachers in their own right, such as Kathy Stanford Grant and Eve Gentry. He was a man of infinite gadgets, some that are recognizable and used today, and others that have fallen by the wayside. He did foresee the potential popularity of his equipment and its commercial success, and took out a patent for the universal reformer in the early 1920s, although it looked very different to the final product we use today. Early footage of Joseph Pilates demonstrating his system and some of his equipment looks like a well-formulated infomercial. A favorite of mine is the Wonder Chair. I claim this was the first true home gym. Not only could it provide a full body workout, but could double as an armchair. Of course, the mat work was always a favorite. We can also see an early version of the step barrel and the universal reformer. Joseph Pilates was a unique individual. Besides his intricate understanding of human movement and his firm belief in the mind-body connection, an underlying principle throughout his work, he was definitely a showman, as well as having a true reverence and love for the animal kingdom and nature. By several accounts, Mr. Pilates intended his work to be largely for the male population. This view is fortified by early films showing him teaching classes of almost all male participants, and many of the studio shots and equipment demonstrations show mainly men with few women. It seems ironic that the Pilates boom that was to come many years later was spearheaded largely by women. Being a man, it has been somewhat of a personal mission, as well as one of Body Arts and Science International, to welcome and involve more men. It is happening. If only Joseph H. Pilates could be here to witness it. He died a disillusioned man, never seeing the unfathomable popularity of his method, so far beyond his studio in New York City.